guys, welcome back to Evolve or Die. So today's video was inspired by the past few days. I've had a lot of people asking me, where do I get started? Where do I begin looking for companies to invest in? Where do I start? So just some helpful tips that I found myself following, and I found myself thinking in a very specific way when I was looking for companies to invest in. So in order to make good investment decisions, and none of this is financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes and entertainment purposes only. But where I started, it was really a mindset. I've always kept myself very, very informed, whether it's innovatively with technology, whether it's globally regarding politics and socially. And now I'm focusing on that economic financial literacy. And it all ties together. Everything affects everything. So you really need to be asking yourself, where is the future heading? To make good investment decisions, you really want to start instilling and creating a certain foresight about where the future is going. What direction is the future going in? So once you ask yourself that question, where is the future going? You then need to ask, what sectors, what industries are going to propel society forward? What sectors are going to be the main drivers of society, the main drivers of economic growth, capital gains, and revenue streams? And I have come to realize that the sectors that are going to dominate the industries in the upcoming years are the biotechnology sector, machine learning, artificial intelligence, and cloud computing. We have 3D printing and additive manufacturing, data analytics, sustainable and renewable energy sources, automation, the cannabis industry, e-commerce, space exploration and tourism, and drone technology, blockchain solutions, and real estate. This is the direction that I personally see making up the pillars that are going to hold society to a level that guarantees growth, that guarantees obscene rate of returns. So on the channel, you're not going to hear me talk much about Facebook, Amazon, Google, and Tesla. And this is because these are the current pillars that are holding society. Once we've asked ourselves what sectors are going to propel society forward, we need to start looking for companies within those sectors that are going to act as the pillars for rate of return and economic growth. So you're not going to hear me talk much about the already standing pillars, the companies that are already highly profitable, because let's face it, a lot of these companies, Amazon is over $3,000 a share, Google, the same deal, almost $3,000 a share, Tesla, upwards of $600 a share, Nvidia, almost $1,000 a share. So these are really the companies that are going to keep the rich, right? So regular people like us, we can't go buy 100 shares of Amazon. It's just regular people don't have that sort of money. So what we're trying to do here, our objective of Evolve or Die, we're trying to get ahead. We're trying to find those companies of tomorrow. We're trying to find the pillars that are going to be holding society tomorrow, not right now. 10 years ago, these companies were the future. These companies were the future that we're living right now. So you're not going to hear me talk much about them. These are the winners. Of course, they're great if you have money to will have substantial holdings in all of these positions. More power to you. They're great companies, longevity, cash flow, and competitive edge. So those are the three things that I look for once I have discovered, the sectors, the industries that are, again, going to propel society forward, that are going to help society evolve. You then need to ask yourselves which companies within those sectors are going to be the winners, which companies within those sectors are going to be the dominant titans of industry. So which ones are going to be the Amazons, the Facebooks, the Apples, the Googles. And another more obscure thing that I look for while I'm searching for companies is not just which companies are dominant in their sectors, but which companies also have a dominant presence in multiple sectors. So today we are going to talk a little bit about Facebook, Amazon, Google, because of the characteristics that they share, that a lot of the huge S&P 500 companies share in regards to what I look for when I'm looking for a good investment company. And those three things that I look for, I'm going to be looking for longevity. What does that mean? What company is going to be still around in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years? Cash flows. You don't want to be looking into companies that have to sell off assets to raise capital. You don't want to be looking for companies that are always doing share offerings, diluting their shares. And in beginning stages, these are not necessarily bad signs. However, you want to look for companies that have valuable assets and know that value of the assets before you buy into it. So longevity, cash flows, and competitive edge. What do I mean by competitive edge? There are a lot of cloud computing services. There are a lot of data analytic services. There are a lot of artificial intelligence / machine learning companies, but there are very, very few dominant forces within those sectors. Alphabet, Apple, Tesla, Nvidia, and IBM. Those are the dominant forces, and Facebook within that realm. And what's so unique about a lot of these corporate giants is that they have dominant holds on so many sectors. So Facebook, Amazon, and Google, for instance, have demonstrated outperformance and dominance against competitors in web services and data computing and cloud computing. Google, Tesla, IBM, and Nvidia all have a dominant hold on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and automation. Amazon and Etsy have outperformed in e-commerce sectors, which has permanently changed retail. Again, it comes back to understanding what direction is the future going. E-commerce has changed retail for the foreseeable future. And many of the companies like Nvidia, Google, Facebook, Amazon, like we were talking about, again, they are giants in multiple sectors. And Nvidia has a dominating force in machine learning, artificial intelligence, but also has a very supreme presence in such a niche market of 3D printing and additive manufacturing. And they're one of the only companies that can efficiently manufacture graphic processing units to the scale that they can. No one can produce GPUs at the scale or the rate that Nvidia can, which is why they're the dominating force in this sector, in many sectors. And Tesla has had a grip on the sustainable renewable energy sector and has uniquely propelled its sector forward almost single-handedly. When Tesla first emerged, people were very skeptical. The visionary was met with resistance, just like we see with cryptocurrency. That visionary, that revolutionary technology was met with a lot of resistance. People were like, ooh, electric vehicles, like, you're not going to be able to do this. And the beautiful thing about Tesla is they were able to fuse power and luxury and sustainability all into one vehicle, and they do it better than anyone, better than anybody. So again, that comes back to that competitive edge. Tesla has a domineering presence, not just as an electric vehicle company, but as an automation company and artificial intelligence. All of these companies' financial histories and their performance speak for themselves. But the most important part about this, about why these were such good investments, getting in the early stages 10, 12 years ago, was because the early investors knew where their place was in the future. They saw the vision of all of these companies and how these sectors were going to propel society forward. So the performance and the financials speak for themselves. And it's really important also to do a little bit of research about the founding teams of whatever companies that you're looking to invest in, because the founders are obviously going to play a vital role in the company's success. You can have a great vision, you can have great technology, you can have incredible cash flows, but if your team doesn't stand united behind one vision, your company's probably going to fail. So, knowing the founding teams is pretty important as well. And having a portion of portfolio in real estate is crucial as well. Real estate is not going anywhere, and real estate is one of the most valuable assets you can have. Well-chosen real estate investment trusts assets provide sustainable returns because of the unique revenue structure that comes from real estate invest trusts. So real estate investment trusts like Ashford Hospitality Trust, which we spoke about a few episodes ago, well-chosen REITs are going to have substantial returns because of their rental income, the money that they make from value appreciation, the money that they make from profits generated by the activities that the business establishment is used for. So again, going back to Ashford Hospitality, their REIT is comprised completely of hospitality real estate, like hotels. So the also unique thing about REITs is they are required to pay 90% of their profits directly to their shareholders. So the profits that they're getting from leasing out these buildings, the rent that Hilton is paying to occupy that space, the profits that they're generating from their guests spending money, checking in, buying room service, going to the bar, all of that is a part of the REITs revenue stream. So having good REITs, a good portion of your portfolio in real estate is never a bad idea. It's always going to be a great idea to have real estate, because no matter where the future is going, no matter what products and services we can offer or can look for, they're going to need real estate to help propel their company forward, to help propel the vision forward. So REITs are super important. Real estate in general, super important. I think everyone should have partial ownership in real estate as a part of their portfolio. And the benefit of profiting from real estate comes through not having to have any of the liabilities, risks, or vulnerability that come along with owning actual real estate. So that's what I love about owning REITs, is you incur all of these revenue streams directly from the REIT without having to incur any liabilities or vulnerabilities that come along with actually owning a property. So like if you're renting out a property, your tenant puts a hole in the wall, or there's damages, just general upkeep of properties. But that's just my own personal wanting to avoid the extra headache of investing in real estate. Now, Ashford Hospitality, like we talked about a few days ago, it's going to see major recovery post-COVID in the next few years as the vaccines roll out, the tourism returns, And yeah, guys, so this is really the examples that I've been giving you. These are really the sectors that are currently holding society up. They're the pillars of society. And 10 years ago, when the investors were getting in at the ground floor, they were getting in at the very bottom. You know, that's what we're trying to do the same thing, but we're looking for the companies of tomorrow. We're looking for the data analytics companies of tomorrow, like Palantir. We're looking for the companies that are going to dominate the 3D printing sectors. We're looking for the companies that are going to take people to space because they want to go. We're looking for those companies of tomorrow. And again, it comes back to having a little bit of insight, having an awareness of what's going on in the world. Where is the money going? You know, we talked about in my first video about how I first started investing was following the money trail, following the money through corporate America. It's going to get us there, you guys. We are on the money trail. And I just wanted to share what I look for in companies and what kind of mindset I have when I'm approaching looking for a new company or researching a company. It's really going to be that foresight. Where is the future going? Where are we headed? And, you know, finding the winners within those sectors that, you know, that are going to come out on top, that are going to be the next Amazons, the next Googles, the next Facebooks. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. We had a book of the week yesterday that we talked about, Holographic Universe. Very, very interesting read. And that pretty much sums it all up, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. And if you guys like my art in the background, I am going to post a link down below to my NFT store. It's called Atlas Evolve. So if you guys want to check out some of my NFTs that I make, I do make them from art that I have originally created. I am a painter as well. So I'm going to post a link down below. You guys can check that out. And thanks for tuning in, guys. Keep evolving. And if you guys have questions or you have stocks that you want me to talk about or you want me to research or different crypto projects that you're interested in, please leave those down below. Or you can shoot me a message on Instagram. I'm pretty active over there as well. And helping me learn helps me help you guys learn. So you guys might introduce me to a crypto project that I've never heard of, or you might introduce me to a company that's a hidden gem. So, you know, we're all on the money trail together. We're all trying to escape the 9-to-5 slave wage slave. I'm sorry. We're trying to escape the 9-to-5 rat race. We're trying to make our time our own here. That's what we're trying to do. I just want my time to be my own. I don't want to spend my life working until I'm 60 to have 10 years of retirement to enjoy. That's not it.